For the sake of consistency, I thought I'd put on the same shirt as I wore in the last Task B video and continue on the essay that I've been writing over the last couple of weeks, which is my Task B essay about beauty, which I've kind of turned into the beauty of nature and the power of nature, because the prompts were tending towards the idea of the power of beauty. So I'm excited to keep on going with this one. You guys probably know by now, Task B is my favorite because I like writing reflectively, and the structure that I use is like pretty conducive to easy writing and good thoughts, at least I hope. So yeah, I haven't been writing that much. If you saw the Write With Me that I posted last week, you probably realized I'm a bit rusty. I'm trying to get into it, but this is how I write my essays, and I hope you guys find this helpful. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate Robson, and I post videos on here about how to score highly in section 2 of the GAMSAT, because I scored 80 in the March 2021 sitting, and now I'm just trying to help you guys do the same as a bit of a solid. So yeah, if you guys like this content, then feel free to subscribe if you're not already, and like this video so I know that you guys are liking this series and that you want me to make more of it. Today we're going to be writing what I call the reflective paragraph. It's the second paragraph of my reflective style. If you don't know what kind of style I use, then you can check out this video. Otherwise, I go into it in depth, explaining it in detail in my online course that I've created. It's called Essays Made Easy, and I'll link it in the video description. You might have heard of it by now, but we've had a number of enrollments and everybody's finding it really helpful so far. So I can highly recommend it. It explains pretty much from beginning to end how I scored 80 in section 2 so that you can do that as well. So I'll be writing the second paragraph today. The first paragraph was kind of, from last week, was about how my experience, I suppose, being very present and reveling in the power of nature. One time when I was in Montenegro traveling with some friends. And so I suppose in this paragraph I'm going to reflect about how that kind of impacted me and how that helped me realize the power of nature in I suppose like bringing us together as people, taking us out of our bodies, absolving us of our worries of everyday life. And I would like to start to imply that infer that I want to talk about the power of nature I suppose like the shared objective beauty that nature is, and the power of experiencing the beauty of nature, both individually and together. That's the idea. Let's write. So I finished it off with, in its simple yet extravagant beauty, the sight of an enormous, wonderful piece of the world made me forget the worries of the man-made one that I lived in, the naivety of my adolescence, the relationship issues with my friends, the realization that we were alone on top of a small mountain in a foreign country, all went away as we witnessed the sun climb behind the mountains. This, I thought to myself, is what it means to be alive. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty good. In comparison to the one that I wrote in the Write With Me, this is much better. Okay, so let's try not to screw it up with this paragraph, but yeah, let's write. Let's do some reflecting. Okay. I think I've written it. And I actually quite like it. This essay is going rather well. I'm not like trying to force it too much. I obviously picked something that I actually believe in, which definitely helps with writing. And yeah, I'm actually enjoying it. Perhaps also because I set myself up well in the first paragraph. But yeah, it's going well. So I'll just read it out to you guys and talk about it a little bit. But essentially this is kind of how I write the next paragraph in my essays. I kind of just like reflect on what I've just talked about in a way that hopefully shows, like, gets them to like me, essentially. And shows like some maturity and some awareness and stuff. Like I've talked about in other videos. I'll link that one here. So yeah, the lesson I learned atop that mountain in Montenegro is one that has stuck with me throughout my early adult life and that influenced my attitude towards my life in the city, my relationship with my surroundings, and experiencing moments with those around me. It is moments like these that remind me to get out of my body, or more often and more urgently, my mind, and into the world around me. This is something I still often forget to do, being a city dweller, a Sydney-sider, born and raised in a city of millions. I actually wasn't born in Sydney, I don't know why I wrote that, but it is what it is. The city can so easily swallow you whole before you even realize you were the meal. I suppose this is why people say travel and change is so important. Being exposed to different cultures, locations, and ways of life around the world has expanded my worldview beyond the one which was handed to me by my parents. Of course, many people don't have the ability to experience that, sadly, sometimes ever in their lifetime. And my privilege as a middle-class woman living in a developed country has allowed me luxuries that others don't have. But this only makes me more grateful of what I do have. Reflecting on memories like this reminds me that although I do live in a fast-paced, bustling, busy city, I am lucky. My point is that living in the city only makes me appreciate the beauty and power of nature even more. I can't be certain if others feel the same, or if my friends felt the same as I did in that moment. Perhaps they were busting for the loo, or focused on the thought of breakfast, or worried about the height at which we were elevated. But somehow, some way, I know. Nature is one of the most subjective beauties of all. I like it. I actually do. I think it's good. Yeah, maybe you disagree. Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you felt about it. I think I have a style of writing that kind of plays into reflective style essays a little bit better. It's like, yeah, the way that I write is very reflective. I think the way that I like am is also quite reflective. Like I don't mind a deep and meaningful conversation or reflection or discussion or whatever. Yeah, maybe you struggle with stuff like this. That's okay too. You can always write two argumentatives for your for both of the tasks. Likewise, you can write two reflectives if you like them too. Also, just explore with styles. I might do another video on different styles sometime soon, because by all means, you're not restricted to writing an argumentative and a reflective. That's just what I do. And I suppose now I'm stuck in my ways and I don't want to change. So yeah, do what works for you. I think that's my main advice. And I think today this is working for me. We'll see how the rest of it goes. I'm excited to write the rest of it. And yeah, I hope you guys like this. I hope you found it helpful. And I will see you for the next video very soon.
So girls, move it around. If you see your main dog, get the brother a pound and just